everyone, welcome to Otaku Saga. I'm DK.
I'm Rizzo.
And I'm Zero, and today on Anime Reaction, we watch episode 17 of Gakusen Toshi Asterisk.
If you want to check out our reaction to the 17th episode of Gakusen Toshi Asterisk, hit that link in the description below.
And be sure to give us feedback in the comment section, because we love hearing from you.
And as always, if you like what you see, subscribe to Otaku Saga. Don't forget to like and share our videos.
And thanks for watching. So, this time on Gakusen Toshi Asterisk, for the main part, we had the fight between Saya, Kirin, and the two robots.
RMC and RD.
Let me just lead off with, that fight was very good. It was very well done. It was very satisfying. It never seemed like Saya and Kirin were like super overmatched. And which is where a lot of the competition animes go wrong. I can't believe I just said animes.
Interesting and to the interesting and relevant to the anime. We just got a comment from Miguel Figueres. Kirin, my favorite character, because the katana combat style is awesome.
Actually, yeah, I do really like the way that the way that she fights and the way that they animate her fighting, because it seems more like an actual fight than you normally would see the katana style being used in anime. Because most of the time when it's used in anime, it's more like a kendo style than what you would actually think of somebody fighting for their lives.
Right?
Yeah, it's kind of like dependent on like a very well-placed, well-timed shot. And here comes Kirin spamming the A button, it seems. It's awesome.
Well, yeah, I mean, she very well places her strikes.
Yeah, it's very...
But the other thing is that she's coming in from different angles, too, whereas, like, normally, actually, you can see it with Ayato in this anime. He fights like this. He doesn't move from this position, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless he's going for, like, a really strong strike, and then he might come in underneath.
But as you said...
But yeah, Kirin, like, she'll go all over the place.
Yeah.
And it's very well animated and very, very well done. I actually think that the second half of this series was animated better than the first half.
I could agree with that.
I can agree.
But yeah, so in the fight, we get to see... Actually, I think we get to see, like, all of what's going on with the robots, too.
We get to see all of Saya's power, and we get to see probably all of the abilities for the robots.
They might pull one out of their ass, like when they fight against Ayato and Euless.
Unless the chick who gave the extra pieces to the dude, unless those are actually like locks for something on her. You might find something new on her.
Yeah, right. The two things I can think is that there's something new that she can do in that mode, or there's an opposite mode where the guy gives parts to her,
and she gets like powered up.
Yeah, probably kind of a super powered gun type thing.
That would actually make sense considering when she gave her parts. RM-C gave her parts to RD. He got faster, much faster. So the opposite should hold true if that's the case.
Interesting.
It would probably slow her down more, but give her more power.
Right.
Yeah. Interesting question. Where's A and B?
There's RMC, there's ARD. Yeah.
Just saying. Where's A and B?
One thing, or actually, so there's a couple things about the fight that I wanted to bring up. First of all, I still think that having robots fight in a physical competition is fucking cheating. Just want to throw that out there.
Yep.
Right? If I were to throw
the whole time, ever since they introduced the robots as characters, I'm like, that's fucking cheating.
Yeah, if I were to throw a 250-pound BattleBot in the UFC octagon, I think we know who would win. It would be glorious, but we know who would win.
And bloody.
Very, yes.
Well, it would definitely make the UFC more exciting.
Oh, damn.
But yeah, it struck me as funny because in the last episode, they're talking about the 4 teams that were left, which was the robots, Ayato and Yulis, Kirin and Saya, and then a blonde duo.
Yeah,
and they were like, "Oh, the addition of the robots was a great call." I'm like, "How?" They're like plowing through the competition. That can't be fun at all. In fact, until this fight, they were beating the competition within 1 minute every single time.
I think one of the people who said that was a conspirator to something behind the scenes that's going on in terms of profit and trying to get as much from this competition as possible.
Yeah, I just think with a team that's just plowing through like that, I think that eventually they would, people would stop going to see those matches.
Right.
People would stop watching those matches because it's like, oh well, of course they're going to win.
Because as with some other shows that we've watched, it got another Warfing.
Yeah. Well, this one, I don't think it was pulled off quite as bad as some other shows that we've watched.
Yeah.
But I really, really hated the way that they did the end of the fight, where they cut away and then suddenly it cuts to them in the locker room.
Probably to hide the details of their final attack or something, even though it looked like the same thing.
Probably. Now, the other thing that's been kind of bugging me about this series is the badges. The way that system works, where if you get your badge destroyed, then you have to forfeit. Mm-hmm. I never really liked that. Because it's basically like, because you have to have that such a weak spot pinned to your chest.
It's like flag football. It's not exciting. It's the real thing.
Right. It would be more exciting if they didn't have that. And then, of course, you get a loss like this where they're like, oh, well, we still have plenty left in the tank, but they smashed our badges.
Actually, that is kind of interesting, because you could lose by getting knocked the fuck out anyway. So what good is it? If you have something like that, the only reason I can see like the officials adding a rule like having the badges would be to prevent people from getting messed up. But they do anyway.
Yeah.
So what good is that?
The badges got smashed. I'm not the greatest at physics. However, that's a huge fucking hammer.
Right. So imagine if the badges got hit, all of that force isn't just stopping because the badges are destroyed.
Yeah.
Like that is another thing. Like I could see, when Ayato does it to other people when it just gets sliced, I could actually see that happening. Not as often as it happens in this anime, because normally if you're going for like an all-out slash, it'd be like, yeah, the badge got slashed, but so did their chest.
Yeah.
And their shoulder.
Yeah, we're talking...
I think the badges are one of the things in this anime that really irritate me.
Yeah, I totally agree with your point, Zero. A very skillful sword strike, maybe. Hammerhead the size of a refrigerator?
It would be the exact same way as what happened when Kirin tried to block it. I'm surprised she was able to do it in the first place.
Right.
I'm surprised that she and her badge survived that blow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in one episode...
And all right, she should have got pink misted there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In one episode, I brought in a sword that I made a long time ago, which is 10 pounds. It's literally 10.5 pounds. There's no weight distribution. So when I swing that thing down, you're not blocking it.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way.
Even with a shield, maybe, but I'm still moving you around with it, just because it has so much power behind it.
But yeah, the real point is that that's not a weapon that you block.
Yeah.
That's a weapon that you dodge.
So
Period.
I believe she blocked that hammer 3 times in the course of this whole battle.
To be fair, though, I think when she blocked it, she ended up having to like hold the blade and then hold the blade too.
Yeah.
But still, having just one katana.
That
Pretty
katana
much,
should have been destroyed
Well,
easily.
Again, everything hit by that hammer should have been destroyed. I mean, imagine a fridge being dropped on you from like 10 stories.
Pretty much.
Or no, in this case, even worse. Imagine a fridge running into you with rocket motors inside it.
So yeah, the whole last ending, it just
Yeah, that like I was satisfied all the way up until the ending, and then I was just
Cut
pissed.
away and just...
Yeah, then I was literally just pissed. It's like, why? Why in God's name would they do it like that? And I assume that you're probably right, that they wanted to mask what was going on at the end so that they could whip it out again for
Antonio.
For the
shock and
final
awe type deal.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not I'm not disappointed with the outcome of the fight because, I mean, let's face it, everybody knew that that's the way that it was going to end.
Yeah, you can't have two teams of protagonists fighting each other. You just can't.
Well, you can.
Just
but
not often.
Most series won't do it because it's less interesting that way.
That being said,
The stakes are lower.
That being said, though, I do like that they're not just shoving Kirin and Saya to the side.
Mm-hmm.
They're being involved in the rescue attempt of what's the lady in waiting, Flora.
Mm-hmm.
So they're still involved in the story, and that is a vast, vast improvement over what could have been.
Yeah.
So give me kudos for that.
So the next part is really confusing me. All right, so after the fight, we got the, I guess, progression of a background story going on here. There's a couple different things going on. We got the attempting to lock down Ayato's overlux.
Yeah. I was, on that point, I was like, oh, fucking really? Because he literally just unlocked it so that he could use the power more. And now they're going to warp it again. I think, obviously it's just going to be for this upcoming fight where they're fighting against the blonde people.
Damn.
So that sounds so bad for
It just,
like
I don't.
I usually call them the Knights because isn't that their kind of gimmick? It's like one rides on like a horseback.
I really don't know. I really, like,
That's all I remember.
I can't remember these characters at all, so.
And what an impression they've made.
But yeah, so basically the guy who kidnapped the lady in waiting.
Flora.
Yeah, Flora. The guy who kidnapped Flora basically called and threatened her life if Ayato didn't
Disable.
basically
disable
what's the word I'm looking for? Basically disable it himself.
Yeah.
Basically, what somebody can do is put in a request to lock down their lux. And so, basically the guy called in and threatened her life so that he would do it so that he doesn't have full power.
Yeah.
Because now that he's unlocked his full power, you gotta make the series interesting at least.
Naturally.
First off, if that is such an implement, there should be a power lock off that is just standardized across all students.
That is true. And you almost smacked me.
Sorry.
You'd think there would actually be a rule regarding this from the higher-ups, not just from Kidnapper. And also, where are the authorities anyway?
And
Adults are useless.
Mm-hmm.
and it wouldn't be, hey sensei, I want to turn my looks off. It's, hey students, you're gonna turn that off.
Or they wouldn't issue something like that to students in the first place.
Exactly. It's a very weird story mechanism that I honestly see no sense in having.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense in the story.
Actually, you do. Kind of see that a fair bit in anime like this also, where like the students have to resolve everything.
Well, yeah, I mean, basically what it comes down to is the trope that adults are useless.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
in this particular setting, the schools have so much power that even if they did call the proper authorities, it's not like they could do anything more than the students could do.
yeah. But my point, why not just threaten him to just don't use the ogre lux? You're going to use the lux that I give you.
Well, so the reason why he decided to do the lockdown is because for whatever reason, the personality of the luxes, he wouldn't be able to remove that. Yeah, because basically the lux would be like, oh, well, fuck you.
Yeah, he'd never be able to use it again, is what they said.
Yeah.
I guess I can kind of see that.
I think that's more about the personality of, what is it, the lux that he's using.
Oh, yeah. Servesta?
Yeah, Servesta. That's it.
But what I was trying to say is one of those deals, you hand us the ogre lux, we'll hand you Flora.
Yeah.
Actually,
the one thing that I could see about that is that that Lux won't listen to anybody else at this moment.
Yeah, if you remember actually early episodes of the first season, the Ogre Lux attacked anyone except Ayato who tried to wield it.
I don't want to wield it, I just want it out of Ayato's hands.
Yeah, but
it still has a personality. It would return to Ayato's hands.
No, I wouldn't necessarily say that it would return to Ayato's hands, but it might go...
might go haywire.
Yeah, it might go haywire and attack everybody.
There you go. Which would be nice, actually.
There's just so much about this world that we don't actually know. That it doesn't...
And I just want to point out that it just doesn't make sense. Anyway, so moving on to last two things. First off, the Captor.
Yeah, so the Captor is still a mysterious Captor, but at the end it shows, what's her name? Flora? Mm-hmm. It shows Flora trying to escape her bonds.
And here comes a big shadow arm that says, nope.
Yeah, basically the Captor is standing against a pillar in front of her, and he uses a power where he has a shadow arm that comes out, forces her to the ground, and then stabs the ground next to her. And she calls him a Dante.
Not
as a name.
As a name.
Kind of like Ogre Lux.
Yeah. Like a title or a.
He actually, she says, "Is he a Dante?"
Yeah.
As a question, is he something? It's, I don't know. It's a new power that we haven't seen yet. I'm not sure how I feel about it.
Well, he's obviously not in the. He's not in the tournament.
Yeah.
So I imagine that these Dante abilities aren't exactly legit or on the level. Kind of an underground thing.
Well, how much actual magic have we seen here?
It might not be magic though. It could just be another type of weaponry or something that allows them to do it, or some sort of equipment maybe. I mean, if we're kind of staying consistent with the world we're in.
Well, yeah. Again, it goes to the fact that we don't really know much about this world other than the whole, students with magical armaments.
Yeah.
Or seemingly magical armaments.
But it's, to me, it's really out of place.
It does seem, definitely more out of place than everything else we've seen so far.
This feels more in place in Fairy Tail.
It does. It looks a lot more like actual magic.
Yeah.
Or something of this.
Yeah, this is really out of place. And then earlier in this half, I think it was at the end of the last half, where they were fighting against the two sisters. Mm-hmm. And the one got power from drinking the other's blood or whatever. That was really out of place to me, too.
Well, I could buy a vampire in here because genetic modification, something like that. Maybe I could buy that a little bit more than the shadow.
It was more about her sister than it was about her, I think. if I remember right.
Yeah, the sister had a healing ability.
Factor.
The whole vampiric ogre looks thing, I can wholeheartedly believe it. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, but that and then this they're both kind of out of place.
Yeah. And then so there's that, and then the science group is having a conversation with the tyrant. Tyrant wants to join forces.
But of course, even though his scrubs have been knocked out of the competition, he has to cheat the way.
Yeah. But I think that's going to wrap it up for this episode of Anime Reaction. As always, I'm Rizzo.
I'm Zero.
And I'm DK.
See you next time.
Hi everyone, Otaku Saga here, and we really hope you enjoyed this episode of Anime Reaction.
Yeah, and if you have an idea for an anime that you'd like to see us watch, leave a comment down below.
If you really like what we do, feel free to subscribe to our channel and visit our website at www.otakusaga.com.
And as always, thanks for watching.